I'm sure you've heard of attention is currency, right? Attention is currency. What you pay attention to generates currency. But think about that on a deeper level. Corporations pay creators for you to view their content, and you have not given any money in order for that content creator to get any money off of that. But the corporations, the social media apps are paying creators for attention. One thing, first off, I'll say, money is a man-made concept. And two, if you can generate wealth from people viewing videos, why haven't you started to create content? Why haven't you shared your gifts online, right? That's what I want to talk about today. And I hope that analogy of, attention is currency sits well with you. And I hope that I explained it in the way that my epiphany was, because it never hit me like that until today. I was like, whoa, corporations pay creators for people to watch their videos, like myself. You know what I mean? And that's crazy when you grasp that, But I want you to start thinking about what gifts that you have that you can share to the collective. So yeah, just putting your content out there, and it could be in you sharing your love, your passions via making, a business online. It doesn't necessarily have to be being an influencer or being a podcaster or anything like that. You could do hair really well. You could be a barber. You could be a filmmaker, but be behind the scenes. You could love to make short films, have representation for your ethnicity, and you want to make something that is important and meaningful that people will come back to years later, and it made them feel something. We all have these gifts and talents inside of us, because that's what God gave us. He gave us these set of gifts for us to share with the world. It wasn't meant for us to keep it to ourselves and lock it away. It was meant for you to, master it in a sense enough to be able to share it and be knowledgeable about it, so you can tell others about that thing, that passion. And typically it comes super natural to you, and so you don't have to do much to be able to attain the knowledge, if that makes sense. So just start thinking about what is stopping me from sharing my ideas, sharing my art, my love, my passions with the world. And typically it does boil down to thinking about numbers, or not being seen, or just our self-doubt in who we are and questioning our talents. I tell you what, I wanted to reach 100K on this YouTube channel so badly. And at one point, I remember being 30 subscribers away from being at 100K, right? And this change, this metamorphosis within myself through my spiritual journey had already taken place. And I knew I wanted to talk about it. But I wanted to get that 100K. I felt like I worked my butt off for this. I was posting DIYs very, very often. When I was getting those numbers up, I fell off, but I was like, I still should get this plaque before I display who I am. So I waited for years, asking everybody, I need you guys to subscribe. Again, I was 30 subscribers away from reaching 100K. And I never reached it. And think about this. When I started this YouTube channel, I had 1,000 subscribers in 3 months. 3 months. And it grew and it grew and it grew. And I'm asking, and I'm like, 30 subscribers. Give me 30 subscribers so I can get this plaque. Because I felt like it represented it has such a strong, it would have validated me in so many ways if I had gotten that, like, I have a plaque. And then I was going to be like, guess what, guys? I got my plaque because I worked hard for this DIYs. But also, I'm someone new now. I honestly, hand to God, was going to do that. God had other plans, and I'm so grateful that the universe did not allow me to reach that 100K, knowing deep down in my heart that I wasn't being authentic in my current self to who I am, so that I can share, my journey with my subscribers. And so the ego death that I have had recently in humbling myself to get adjusted to not being validated by numbers, it's really doing something to me. It's really healing parts of me that feels like maybe I held that need for validation with numbers and likes for so long. Now I'm just like, get the authentic truth out, no matter how many views it gets. I'm being myself, and that's the reward versus numbers. And I love that, and I'm super grateful for that. But I will say, it still is a little difficult for me to be super vulnerable online. I am a Scorpio, as most of you know, and like most water signs, one, we love hard. Two, we are very private. I'm a very private person with my emotions because this is the internet and anyone can do anything with the content that you put out. And so in my attempt to be more vulnerable recently, it's a struggle sometimes. I record very strong emotional videos at times. For me, at least, it feels emotional because I'm sharing a lot of myself with you guys. And I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm about to put this video out. And I put it out. I'm just like, oh, go do something else. Don't even think about it. You know what I mean? Vulnerability is a gift. It's a strength. It's not a weakness. And I'm learning more every single week about that because only people who have earned the right to be super close to me have seen very vulnerable sides to me, and I think that that's beautiful. I do save that part of myself for those close friendships and relationships, but it is a strength also to be able to share your feelings and emotions with your tribe, with your following, and not be afraid of what people will think about you. Yeah. Oftentimes we're projecting when we think that we know what people are going to think about us, because the inner critic is actually thinking those things, and then you expect or anticipate others to say those self-affirming things to you that you're already saying to yourself. Because in expressing my perspectives with my change in my views on religion and spirituality and just my mindset that's so different than it was before, I've been blessed enough to not have any angry, comments like I thought that I was gonna have. But I had built up this story inside of my head for years that, oh my God, it's going to be like pitchforks and knives. When I express like myself authentically, it's just been a drop in subscriptions, which is okay. But I think I got tainted because one time I was talking about crystals on a video a few years ago, and this Christian guy made this comment, and it was very strong. And then people started hopping on the bandwagon, and he was like, pretty much saying like they got me too and all this other stuff. I'm like, spirituality doesn't get you. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Because if that was the case, Christianity would be the same. They got you too, buddy. But no, sometimes unconsciously we hand over our need for validation to other people. And that's what it is, essentially. You wanting to feel validated, you're giving that to strangers when you have to validate yourself. You have to be okay within. You have to be okay with the outputs and be so secure in yourself that no matter what happens with the message, the content, the business, that you're just being true to yourself and whatever you're putting out there. You know what I mean? This has also been on my heart lately. I feel like there is a fellow YouTuber or content creator that is going to watch this video or that watches me that used to be heavy on YouTube, and they are shying away from making content because they're afraid of what people would think about them, because they too have had a similar shift, a paradigm shift, a change in perspectives, and their content that they used to make is not what they currently want to make, similar to myself. But Spirit is urging you to put the content out there anyway, and don't think about the numbers that you'll lose. I think that in the next few months and years, you're going to see a lot of creators that have disappeared off of these apps come back strong. A lot of your OG YouTubers will return back to our platforms, but we're going to be different. We're going to be transformed. It's going to be a different shift, and you just got to give people grace. Evolution is real, and people change. So whoever that is, I urge you, if you feel warm as I'm speaking to you, or you feel like I'm speaking to you and it's hitting somewhere within you, typically your heart chakra, I want you to lean into that, because I feel like that's what the universe wanted to confirm to you. And I think you prayed for that. You wanted a sign in order to know that you should start over with this new content, but keep your same channel. But just start over with what you currently are experiencing, like myself. And the fear of starting over and doing something new is far greater than what actually will happen. And I am proof of that. So just do the thing. Just do the thing, and start over and do what your heart likes to do at this current moment. We are ever changing, ever evolving. The same Chanelle that you see before you right now will not be the same Chanelle in 5, 10, 20 years. You know what I mean? We are consistently changing. If you are a person who is always evolving, because some people do stay the same, but if you learn about self-love and you learn about behaviors and you strive to be better, you'll always be changing, always wanting to be better and searching for different ways to understand and seeking knowledge in several other different ways. You know what I mean? I find it so fascinating looking back at old pictures of myself, and it's like unrecognizable, like a complete 180. Even when I started this channel years ago, I look back at videos and I'm like, whoa, that was me, and I don't even know her anymore. Like, she's still a part of me, and I give grace and love to her, but I'm so different now. And in 5 to 10 years, I'll look back at this current version of myself and be like, I don't recognize you. But that's the beauty in evolution. You just keep getting better and sweeter, and life gets better and life gets sweeter. And the journey is It's so beautiful. It can be scary, but you also just have to let go of expectations. That's my mantra. I love living by that. Whenever I have too high of an expectation of something, I'm like, lower your expectation. You're expecting way too much of a person, of an outcome when it comes to even making a video, searching for that perfect essence when really everything is just a flow. You just gotta let it be. You just gotta ride the wave, you know? So, yeah, don't worry about what people think about you. You just have to worry about who you think you are, who you know that you are. Your opinion is far more important than anybody else. Anybody else. I've learned that. I always ask myself, I'm like, well, do you like it? Do you get excited about this? Does it make you feel happy? What do you think? You know what I mean? And so I've learned in reprogramming myself that my opinion is far more important than what the opinions of others will be. And I do everything for the most part. I'm not perfect, but with great intentions, you know? With great intentions. That is always my intention, to be authentic, honest, and myself. And when I put things out into the world, that is my intention. Every time I upload a video, as I hit the publish button, I say, be blessed, be prosperous, and I let it go. And you just gotta let the universe work the way that the universe works. And there's a trust in that, and not getting too hung up on what you think outcomes will be. But also, just don't let anybody else have the key to your validation in their hands. You validate yourself and know that you are worthy. You deserve the utmost respect, love, kindness, patience with yourself, the way that you talk to others and you give them great advice. You should speak the same gentle way to yourself. Slow down. Be calm to yourself, be calm to your inner child, and just trust that everything will work out. God has never led you astray, and you've survived 100% of your worst days, you know? So I hope this video has blessed you. I hope that you stay on the path and don't give up no matter what. Continue to be better. Continue and thrive to want more out of life, because it does get sweeter. It's about letting go of the past and stepping into the anew, and just embracing the current moment that you're in and loving on yourself and not thinking about what others think about you, because you are worthy. You are. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed today's video, and I'm sending you all so much love and so much light. May your week be blessed beyond measure, and may you receive all the blessings that God has for you. Be calm, be patient, take care of yourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And I pray that everything that you've been praying for comes into fruition. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in next week's chit chat. And I hope that you subscribe for more content like this. And I hope you are enjoying these videos. See you next week. Bye.